So, good news. I watched Firefly. And I mean, like, I watched the whole season. I didn't watch Serenity. I don't know if I will. I don't know. We'll see. Um, may read the comics. I think there's comics and such, but I get this. Ha 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 ha. Cows. Um, I get the references. I think they're cool. That really does help. So, yay for that. Alright, so, let's see. What do we need to do? That's the wrong button. Not again. Inventory. Character. I have points. Should I put points into dodging and such? At least so I can get the leap forward. And perfect block. There we go. Alrighty then. So what are we supposed to do? Journal? Well, I say we handle main quest. Inform Dr. Wells you have a nav key. Okay.
Welcome back, Captain. Now that you have acquired a nav key to Stellar Bay, would you like me to contact Dr. Wells?
Put him on screen.
Well done. You'll love Monarch. Exotic climate, violent native species, fascinating culture, really. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. If anyone knows where I can find those chemicals, it's Hiram. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back against the Board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the Board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch.
You sound like you've been there before.
No, never. Monarch is a hotbed of political activity. I can't imagine why Hiram set up shop there. Cuisine, perhaps?
Where should I start?
You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka. Frequents the drinking establishments of Stellar Bay. Very hard to miss. Once you have everything you need, make your way to Hiram Blythe's compound.
Got some questions.
Come see me in my lab. I'll answer any questions you have.
Okay. Alright. I guess
Best
I'm
of
off.
luck. Everyone on the Hope is counting on you.
I guess I have no questions. Dang. Did not expect that. Okay. Let's see. Warning, dangerous. Cascadia landing pad. Why is it dangerous? Let's avoid that for a second.
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
Where is... Before I go, let me actually do some workbench nonsense. Okay, I guess I have nothing to really break down or anything, really. I mean, I have all this. Gosh dang it. I've got plenty of room. Should be fine. Taking Pravati, taking in Vicar Max. It kind of reminds me of like Mass Effect 1's like selection screen where it's like, okay, you have this party member, this party member, this party member. You don't have a lot of party members and you get them pretty quickly if you want them. But at the same time, it's like they do add stuff to your party depending on what they do. And I like that feature. And I just recently got off of playing Mass Effect 1, so it's like it's fresh in my mind. So I see it. Oh, textures, load yourself in. This also reminds me of Mass Effect 1. Textures need to load. Okay, cool. Interesting. Is there actually anyone here to see me steal it? Because if not, then it's mine. Oh, wait! Oh, wait!
Captain, you're wounded!
Ow! Oof. Y'all can follow me whenever you feel like it.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in.
That's cool. 1 second. Ouch. Team? Oh, team. Team.
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
That is my ship on the landing pad,
I
so...
knew it. See, I made what you'd call a logical deduction. You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
What are they doing out there?
You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
Saltuna. I'm trying to, like, you know, travel a little discreetly, so...
Aw, don't be like that. I never get to do this part. Please.
Ugh. Fine, I am Captain Eva.
Well, there's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Are you guys really that isolated?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are Sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
You're different than what I expected.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Mostly. So wait, they've been lying?
Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home. Can't say I miss the day-to-day of living in Edgewater.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
Alright, I'm gonna have a look around town.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
What do you want?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next Sublight shipment. Signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Who's the black hole?
That's Bertie Holcomb. Only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever.
I wonder if he's kin. Dad had family that worked for Rizzo's. I never got to meet them.
Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something?
But why is he called the black hole?
On account of him being the best hacker who ever played. Nothing gets by him. He sucks up every ball that comes his way.
Gotcha. I mean,
Well, Holcomb's had a lot of nicknames over his career. Used to be the tallywhacker on account of what he'd do to the score.
what?
Before that, he was the slick stick, because his shots were always so smooth.
Stop. You're making this up.
I swear I'm not. At the start of his career, people called him the hack boss, but no one thought that was very catchy.
I'll ask about the poster.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Yay, machines! Vendors. Give me your stuff. Oof. Nothing.
What do you think you're doing?
I was just leaving.
Do what you want, I guess.
Cool. Oh, I can't take that. Can't take that either. Both of you are looking this way.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yacht Club
Yeah.
vendor.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peals, a worker earns his meals.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought you were quoting It's a Wonderful Directorate.
Oh, I guess this is the, yeah, the Yacht Club. Sup?
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger.
Thanks.
Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you?
Let's see what you have so I can buy it. What you got? Brews and such. Cool. What do I got? I got room. I have 230 space? Jeez, I'm set. Everybody? What is this? Several phrases have been marked off. Right between the eyes, there was 3, no 4 of them. That raft was this big. Took it down with one shot. Buy me a drink. That's the Bar Talk bingo sheet. Interesting. $36. I don't want to. No, no, no. Compare. Because it's heavy, that's why. Never mind. So what's my stuff at, if that's the case? 27 and 21. Well, at least I found Nico.
Something else I can do for you?
You said you're not used to seeing new people?
Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more leaving than coming. Off to join the Iconoclasts or some such.
What happened to Amber Heights?
Bunch
Or
of
at-
marauders broke into the executive compound, slaughtered everyone. Corporations pulled out of Monarch not
Jeez.
long after. I thought everyone knew. But then that was 10 years ago. Still feels fresh to us every time we look at our walls, though.
Why is this place called the Yacht Club?
Thought it had a fancy ring to it. Name's the first advertising anyone sees, after all.
Are there any yachts?
Nope. But a man can dream.
I guess so. How well do you know Nyoka?
Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka. On account of her being here so often herself. And I don't mean that unkindly. Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks.
Alright then, that's enough. You, on the other hand, I need to speak to. Oh!
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding. All over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn wrapped out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
Your eyes popped open. Who are you?
Name's Nyoka. I'm the best big game hunter on the planet.
You're also the loudest big game hunter on the planet. And the drunkest.
Shut the fuck. Fair point. I deserve it though, on account of being the best.
My dad always kept his firearms and liquors in different lockers. Said it wasn't safe to mix them.
Out here, if you ain't
You
a
know what,
little
Prabhati?
buzz,
Your
you're liable
father
to
is
notice
smart.
The stench of life, the grit in the air, the dust in every drink, and the blood on every boot.
Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm Eva.
Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you?
I mean, why not?
Outstanding! What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger?
I'm told you are able to help me find a little bit of information.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business.
I
I'm
love
headed
the
back out
facial
there after I
expressions,
sober
the
up.
wrinkles that
You
show
want a
up.
guide sooner than that?
They're very, very
You have to
authentic
get me
to
something to
it.
clear my head.
Okay, what do you need?
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
You mean caffeinoid?
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
Sure. Why not? Okay.
Laws. Can a man enjoy the smooth menthol flavor of a Stogie Slim in peace?
You're pretty bold, sir.
What I am doing, ma'am, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place.
You don't seem like a peach yourself.
And how should they know what they're missing? I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best and all the cereals. Before Sanjar took over MSI and got us all booted.
You miss the good old days.
Days of consumption and culture. When we weren't squabbling with the iconoclasts for lack of better things to do. Look, you're making me melancholy. Is there something you wanted?
Can I punch you in the face? You miss all this nonsense? I'd want to get away from it as quick as I could with how it is.
Well, well. The only new folk I ever see in town are sublight runners from Fallbrook. But you don't look like one of Catherine's. What can I get you?
Like the trade?
All sales are final, unless you threaten me. I'm kidding. Don't threaten me.
No promises now. Let's see. Ooh. These hats. Okay. Cool, cool. Alright. That dude looks suspicious.
Ma'am, please, I need your help. I can pay.
Wait.
Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a Raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Alright, just calm down and tell me what actually happened.
Don't you tell me to calm down. I promised my boy I'd protect him for always. But how can I keep him safe if he's run away? He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the Raptidons, Mantisaurs, and Marauders, the toxic sulfur pools and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen.
Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please, can't we help?
Please, won't you go and find my boy?
Why would he run away?
He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out there. I warned him. A Raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing on his sweet little fingers. He should have listened to his mama. I promised I'd keep him safe here with me.
Where would he have gone?
He's been listening to those awful broadcasts that the iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but did he? No! And now I just know my boy's run off to Amber Heights. That is, if a Mantiqueen hasn't spooled out and eaten his entrails for breakfast already.
What were you saying about the iconoclast?
Those low-life degenerates, leading innocent boys into a life of danger. Oh, they make it sound so exciting. Like it's noble to risk it all out there, fighting for the greater good. How noble is it to worry your loved ones? Not at all, I say. But still they preach their sermons of anarchy and rebellion to anyone who'll listen. If they weren't holed up in Amber Heights, I'd knock them all upside the head.
I mean, is there a reward?
Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town walls for free. It is deathly dangerous out there. I've got some bits saved up for a rainy day. I'll give you every last one if you just bring my Tucker back to me. I won't even be mad at him running off. You tell him I won't be mad.
Well, sounds like you got a deal.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
Well, there's mushrooms growing under your... They're growing in your stuff? Jesus, how run down is this place? This dude. Look at you and this big old gun. Look at you and your little tiny shot. Well, it's not a tiny shotgun. There's like legit growth happening on stuff that it shouldn't be happening on. It's terrifying. Okay, I'm in the back somewhere. Heavy ammo. Flamethrower. I mean, no one's here to tell me no. All right. Well, that was a great little discovery. Okay. Resident.
Help! Someone's been killed!
What?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Are you alright?
No! I just stepped in a dead man's blood. And I think one of the flies landed on my mouth.
Ew.
If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Contemplate? I just go take one. Forget that. Woo! That is a...
Oh, sorry.
Why?
It spooked me, was all.
Ugh.
A gruesome way to die.
Pavardi. Freaking freaked me out. 1 second. Several ragged outfits, all in the same cut and color, were stuffed into this suitcase. Okay. Well, I mean, he's dead. He's not going to use it. He's not going to use this either. Like, I'm not going to feel bad for taking the dude's stuff he's not going to use. I don't even know if it's his. Magnum. That's an upgrade. It's not like I'm stealing clothes off of him. But at the same time, what the crap happened here? Dirty dishes. But blood in the sink and blood on that. Was he dragged in here? It's a really weird way to die. Like the blood goes this way, but it's obvious that he was hit somewhere over here because of blood splatter. Maybe multiple times? Maybe whatever they hit him with they dragged out, but why stop here? This betting slip lists some increasingly bold wagers made for a team called Mostly Colonists. It's from the left field toss ball betting. Interesting. Nothing.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
How did you wake up from that? I was just leaving.
Carry on.
Thank you. You were asleep, though. I'm pretty sure you were. Let's see.
Whatever you do, don't mention tossball to Isaac. He'll never hear the end of it. Seen him in a while. If you've gotten stuck in an hour of a rant about mostly colonists, you'd be thankful.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean, more than usual.
Wrap Musk and Canadize, right here.
smell coming out of Celia's apartment?
Probably whatever she bought from that guy who sells animal parts.
Sebastian?
I swear, she buys something from him every day.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh? You don't seem to like traveling with us much.
Why in the architect's name would you say that?
It's just that you're real grouchy. Kinda all the time?
I'm not grouchy, I'm just irritated by inane questions.
Yeah, see, when you say it like that, it makes me wonder.
I'm ready. Try out this carbine. Oh, that is not a carbine. There we go. Ooh. Left field toss ball betting. Someone died because of you, apparently. Hello, madam.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games.
I sure am not.
So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
Those are great names, but... Oh, okay. I'm not here to chat about the teams, though.
That's a shame. Tossball's just about the only good news we get around here. When our frequency's not too clogged up anyway. So, what can I do for you?
Found this betting slip.
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
Wow. What do his teeth have to do with anything?
They were pretty distinct. Monarch doesn't exactly have a thriving dental industry, and Isaac seemed to get stuck in all sorts of bad habits, dietary and otherwise. Sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the liter, other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. So who did he owe?
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Alright, thanks for the tip.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Well, I need to go give this stuff to, Nyoka. Honestly. So let's... Wait, what does that say? Passion pills.
Ah, the Charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above?
I've got your pills.
More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
Glad to have you.
Great. Where to?
Let's find the information broker.
Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
Let's see. Vicar Max go on the ship. Or Pravati. You know what, Pravati, go back.
I hope you like being part of our crew, Nyoka. We're real excited to have you.
Level 16!
Stellar Bay had a vicar once. He took it upon himself to convince Graham's folk to come back to the corporate fold. Kept making the trip between the city and Amber Heights by foot. Kept getting himself into all sorts of scrapes. Day came when I found a book of his in the middle of a raft encampment. And still gripping it, too.
The plan unfolds as the plan unfolds. to Vicar and layman alike.
Oh. It's always the same with you. Let's see. Journal. Let's go explore that gang real quick.
I wonder sometimes what they're doing on other colonies.
Uh-huh.
Think they're watching the same serials, following the same tossball games?
Mm-hmm.
You're not listening to a word, are you?
Bathroom. Bathroom. Okay. Woo. Huh.
New face, huh? You from Offworld?
Yep, Captain Eva.
A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
What are you celebrating?
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
You're just like that. I mean, won't you get in trouble?
I don't see how. When Sanjar took over MSI, he tossed all the old corporate rules. We ain't required no more to work whatever job the company demands.
Huh.
Our supervisor Velma goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch. We're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
Interesting. I'm good with negotiations.
I wouldn't doubt it. You look like the type who tends to come out on top. Not like us cogs, trying to be the squeaky wheel but just getting deadlocked. It's been days, but Velma won't even hear us out. Maybe you could just make her listen to our demands.
I'll mediate.
You would do that? We sure are lucky you decided to come up to the patio today. I knew drinking up here would be good for more than the view.
So we need to talk about Velma?
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
How long can you afford to miss work?
Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least.
Any suggestions for how to put pressure on Velma?
If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true.
What's this about blackmail?
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits.
Ooh.
So far, it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
Well, I mean, thank you for that. At the same time. Excuse me, all people here. Thugs, thugs, thugs. Elijah.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley.
You don't own a secret alley. You
Berna
don't
already
own an alley.
pissed by those crates to market.
When you talked about you with Isaac.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof.
Well, you kind of just
and not that
admitted
it's
to
any
it.
of your business.
Well, I've made it my business, so...
Oh yeah? What are you saying exactly?
I'm saying... I could literally just kill you. But you could just leave and never come back.
Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny. Fine, we're going. This ain't worth it.
Awesome. See? No one died. See how easy that was? Back up. Keep on going. Yeah. Keep up. Alright, that's done with. Yeah, I did have to do that, didn't I?
A vicar, huh? You a true believer, or do you just like the tithes?
Why, that's borderline offensive, Ms. Ramnarine Wentworth. Of course I believe. The tithes are merely a well-earned bonus.
I met another believer once. Pushy type. He thought he'd been left behind for a reason. Thought he'd find some kind of cosmic truth in the wilderness. Got himself infected by a mantis and drowned in a sulfur pool. Some truth.
Can't get more brutally true than survival of the fittest. But don't mistake us all for blind fools. Intellect plays a large part in who stays among the living.
I'm really glad I put both of them together just to see the banter, because it's really nice. It reminds me of Morgan and Leliana from Dragon Age.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
Ew.
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
That's very generous of you.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
I'm just looking for the information broker.
Out at Devil's Peak? If you're headed that far, I see you've brought the right woman for the job.
Damn right.
But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Afraid not.
Oh, a shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg-aged whiskey for an occasion like this. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
Why would you want them back?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
Something to be said for perseverance. I endeavor to persevere myself.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
Why would you not be okay with being freer than anybody else? You're free!
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes a rather pretty slogan. But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy, it starts to lose its shine.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
I don't know what intellectualism means, but if someone's willing to build us a few practical things around here, I ain't gonna judge them on account of their beliefs.
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
So what do you mean to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Returning to the board is your only chance if you hope to survive here on Monarch. That doesn't mean it'll be easily achievable.
Indeed not. No worthwhile plan was ever simple. That's what I always say.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Yeah, she's got a point.
It's true. Our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
How long did it take you to... What? That should have been the first thing. Defense.
Not long,
security.
but the devil is always in the details. And the salient detail here is a Bolt 52 cartridge.
What?
If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
What is that?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
My intelligence is too low! Okay, so where do I find it?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
I'll see what I can find.
So taciturn, so dour. I'll be waiting with bated breath. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Okay. Need to ask you
What
about
can
a
I
few
do for
things. Isaac Rose is dead. Found who killed him.
But that's terrible. What happened?
Oh, you know, gambling.
I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them eventually.
If you say so.
It really was on my to-do list.
Whatever.
Still, your intervention
No
in the
one
matter
cares.
is
It's
much
done.
appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
So I met Grim, the landing pad
I
guard.
see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did awesome.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
I have questions about the past.
Then it's good
about
that
this
I keep
place.
such meticulous notes.
How'd you guys get kicked off the board?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
Wait. You did something for the board that made them remove you from
Not
the board.
intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1.
Huh. Good naming.
Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all, the whole point of terraforming was to make them Earth-like.
That's not the point.
Here, though, the results were mixed.
That ain't fair. They didn't leave on account of the hazards. They left on account of their cowardice. The hazards just gave them a reason to put to paper.
Did they mess up the terraforming
Sharp
for the
as
planet
ever, Nyoka.
that bad?
And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But not you guys.
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to.
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a lost cause. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
That's really forward thinking.
It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
Say it louder for the
Anyway,
back.
We learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
That's smart, but I imagine they weren't happy with it.
No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else.
And yet you're still here.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
I mean, that you should have known that was going to happen.
But we weren't trying to. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
So what's the hazard clause?
It's straight bullshit is what it is. A fabrication rich folks use to preserve their investments by leaving a lot of people here to die slow.
Nyoka has the right of it. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
A necessary evil for the greater good of society.
That's exactly how the board describes it.
And they invoked it on you guys?
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
So why do you want to be part of that again?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system. Working within the established order isn't a principle to snub one's nose at, Captain.
Yeah, that'd go a long way toward rebuilding our homes.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation.
But they've treated you so poorly.
I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Okay, leverage. What do you mean?
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, yes. It'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
So why don't you seem to like Graham?
He and his followers call themselves the Iconoclasts. Lawless anarchists, all of them. If anyone on Monarch deserves the reputation the board's pinned on us, it's them.
I will admit, I am keen to meet their leader.
Me too.
Well, be careful what you wish for. Graham has a habit of ruining everything, and everyone around him.
You seem very well invested in this hate.
I'm trying to build something here. They only want to destroy things, and they risk ruining Monarch for all of us. It isn't just that they drain our people and resources. Every radical act they commit cements Halcyon's image of us all as destructive rebels, and pushes us further from the rest of the colony. He's lucky the board doesn't take him seriously enough to keep more than a few UDL gunships patrolling Monarch.
An Earth Directorate assault cruiser would change his tune. It's almost a shame we haven't seen one around Monarch in a long while.
Alright, something else.
What can I do for you?
I think I've got to go. I think I'm done. You, though.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
So Grim asked me to check with you about his tossball poster.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
So you having money trouble?
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
What? What?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or a mantis worm
What?
wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
Why?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong, silent type.
Really?
Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Just ask him on a date.
I couldn't. What if he says no?
Then he says no.
Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
What do you see in Sebastian?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
That's all I need to know.
Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
I'll talk to you later.